Speaking of TNA, as we have multiple times here on this podcast, let's just keep that going. Here's a clip of Eric Bischoff on 83 Weeks talking about that infamous night at TNA Victory Road where Jeff Hardy made it out to the ring, completely fucked up out of his mind, facing off with the Stinger Man. Check out this clip.
Makes the approach and he said to you, what the fuck are we going to do? Or you could just see it on his face.
No, by that time, once I got close to Jeff, it was obvious he was fucked up. And I'm identifying Pat. I'm not sure if it was Pat, but whoever the agent was essentially said he's fucked up. He's too fucked up to work. And then it became, okay, who's calling this? Because it wasn't my job. I was the executive producer of the television show. I technically had no authority whatsoever and no official all in the pay-per-view unless I was a talent or unless I was asked to input on creative, which often I was, but not always. So I'm kind of standing there waiting for somebody to make a decision, and no decisions are being made. Now Jeff's making his way out to the ring.
Who was in charge? If you weren't in charge, where was Dixie? Who, if Dixie's not there, well, A, where was Dixie? And B, who had she sort of appointed? Hey, while I'm doing whatever the shit I've got to do for our business, you're running this. So take over.
Yeah. There was no captain of the ship in Gorilla.
Okay.
And Dixie I think Dixie was close because she was there. And it was my exchange with Dixie that was the catalyst for me to say, fuck it. Nobody else is going to do anything. The bell's going to ring and it can't go down like this. I just didn't. And I don't want to make this sound like I'm putting myself over or I cared so much about Sting or it was the show. I was concerned about the show. I didn't want Sting going out there and trying to have a match with a guy who was completely fucking wasted. Number one, I wasn't worried about Sting getting hurt because Sting was able to take care of himself. But the match would have been the shits. And I didn't want Sting to be in that position. Sting didn't know that Jeff was going to he had no idea that Jeff was going to show up fucked up. And then I'm looking for a decision, looking for somebody to come up with an idea. What do we do? Clock's ticking. We don't have a lot of time, folks. Can't call a meeting. Can't call Dallas. Somebody's got to call the ball. Who's going to call it? Crickets. Fuck it. I literally walked through the curtain not knowing what I was going to do. So I did what I did. I basically, told Jeff, take his finish. We're going to shorten this up. Take his fucking finish. I went to Sting. Now that's where I had to get a little more creative because I was trying to talk to Sting at the same time I was trying to cut a promo.
Yes.
And trying to hide it all and make it look like it was part of the show.
Right.
But I basically told Sting, hit him with your finish, get him the fuck out of here. Let's go home. Sting was able, I think, to communicate with the referee. I didn't have to talk to the referee. So that was it.
So for those of you who are Impact fans that maybe weren't around back then that are wondering why I say the TNA stink or why does everybody hate this company so much, it's shit like that right there. Eric talks about looking around and who's in charge here. Who's making the call on this? Dixie didn't do shit. He said she wasn't even there in Gorilla necessarily. What call did she make on this Jeff Hardy thing? Who allowed Jeff to walk out there? Eric looked around and there was nobody running this ship. He's the producer of the TV show at the time. He's not the booker. He's not the boss. He's not the boss of talent. He can't make those decisions. His job is to do business for Hulk Hogan and to make the TV show a better product. That was it. And Eric takes it upon himself to look around, see nobody's doing anything about this. Nobody even seems to notice, or if they do, they don't give a fuck or don't know what to do. No leadership. None. Bischoff goes out there, the leader that he is, the boss that he is. Say what you want about Eric Bischoff, but he's a boss. He's not afraid to make a decision, stick to that decision, and go do something. He went out there. He improvised on the spot, making it a no disqualification or whatever the fuck he did to just make it seem like he was out there for other reasons other than to tell Sting and Jeff Hardy to get the fuck out of the ring as quick as possible. Because Hardy was going to hurt somebody or hurt himself. And it wasn't a good look for Hardy. It wasn't a good look for TNA. They had a main event match that lasted like 3 seconds. The pay-per-view went off the air early. They had to do a make good so their fans didn't hate them. And that's that kind of shit, like an exploding barbed wire death match that doesn't explode, that just little by little will eat away at your fan base till they're gone and you're not going to get them back. You can't have shit like that. Eric Bischoff went out there, took care of the business, and made the best call, in my opinion, because what else can you do? They didn't have time to shoot an angle backstage. They didn't have time to get somebody else out there to replace Hardy. They weren't able to do shit but go out there. Like, apparently nobody even noticed Hardy was fucked up till he walked past to go out to the ring. At that point, it's too late. What are you going to do? Tell him no? I think Bischoff made the right call there. I like what he did. He did about the best thing that he could have did in that situation. He did a better job at handling the situation than Dixie did. It is what it is, but it's one of those scars on the history of TNA that they can't get over. I highly recommend going back and checking out this full podcast. Get the full scoop, the full rundown. Conrad and Eric break down the whole show and everything building up to that main event and the fallout from it and everything else that goes along with it. Great stuff. Absolutely worth a listen. 83 weeks with Eric Bischoff every single Monday.
Let me tell you something, brother. You can check out full episodes each and every Sunday right here on this channel, dude. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to take your vitamins and say your prayers, brother.